tell the truth, and shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, all right, all right, people. We're live, uncut, unedited. I found a little strength to get on here tonight, and I think we're gonna have an interesting show tonight. And we had one last night. We got derailed, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Right, we're gonna talk about it. We're definitely gonna talk about it. We got derailed last night. Come on in, come on in. It's gonna be a great show tonight. We had a guest last night, and he shook the house up. And y'all let him win. Y'all let him win last night. And he came in and he shook the house up. He shook the house up. Everybody was mad. Everybody got mad. You know, it's just, he just went crazy. He went crazy on us. And I wanted us to conversation, you start bringing up the various examples. All right, we're definitely gonna talk about it. What Doris responded to, which was when he said that white people today were not violent. That's what. Good. All right. I want to get come on in, people. Make sure you share the video. It's late tonight, but we still on. We on. Make sure you tag someone to the video. Let them know that I'm on. I tell you, live, uncut. We're live. We're definitely live. Come on in, come on in. We had a great show last night. It was a lot going on, people. Woo, there's a lot going on. Oh, I waste my water. Oh, I need that water. All right, come on in, come on in. We got the phone lines open. We're going to talk about what happened last night, and we're going to evaluate it and see what really happened. And it's real, people. It's real. Come on in, come on in. Woo. Come on in, come on in. Let's go. Man, we're going to talk about what we talked about last night. The white guy came on in and he shook the house up. Yeah, he shook the house up. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Hey, listen, I want to hear it. He shook the house up last night. All right. Hopefully he'll revisit us today. I would love for him to come on. Hopefully he will. Hopefully he will. We will see. We're live. We're definitely live. Come on in. Y'all already know what it is.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, come on in, come on in, come on in. I'll make sure I'm texting a few people so we can come on in and get the show rolling. Y'all know I've been on late night, man. Late night. What's this? See, I don't know who that was. Is Mama Doris or Dr. Sanders, an 81-year-old lady. Martin, I lost respect for her. But then this morning I said she was going off of emotions, and I said she can't even hear what this man is saying because she is so passionate. Okay. I'm trying to get a point across. I fell asleep probably 10 minutes prior to you going off. Roosevelt, what's going on? We on here, Roosevelt. And we're going to, hey, Sarge, we're going to be talking about what we talked about last night, but just hold on. And we're going to break it down. and discussion and really see if we can get an answer of what he talked about last night. All right, because I definitely want that. I tell you. All right. We got that, and yeah, because last night we was talking, and he was going in. He was going in. I think Sarge probably was the only one closer to answering his question. So, we got to learn how to respond when people come on here, people. We can't get in our emotions. We got to learn how to respond. Cussing folks out, that don't get us nowhere. All right. We're going to, let me go to this Facebook page and start playing. This is what happened last night, people. For those of you who didn't listen, here it is. Good.
Thank you.
Good.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you later. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Listen, let me say this. I'm going to let Mama Doris get the last say so. Listen, what y'all not going to do, you're not going to come on here and disrespect me. If you don't like the way I do things, just don't come on the show. That's all. I don't have no problem. I don't beg nobody to call in, to come in. This brother got a problem with me. He has a serious problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a serious problem.
Sure do.
You're going to tell me to tell one person that tell me to tell him to shut up, and y'all ain't never heard me use that language on here at all. I'm the host. Now, come on, listen, people. I'm not going to have it. Listen, one thing about me, I like to have these conversations. I'm not afraid of them. And you're not going to hear me calling people animals and devils and honkies. You're not going to hear that out of me. I'm going to talk straight up. I don't care what they say. I'm not going to let you pull me in a certain direction that I don't want to go. Get me out of my body. I have that much self-control. That's real talk.
Mm-hmm.
I have that much self-control. All right? So what I'm trying to teach here tonight, people, control your emotions. This is not the first time we had something like this that happened on this program. And listen, a lot of y'all wanted me just to hang up on him. No, I don't do that. I want him to express himself. I want to hear what he had to say. And I didn't nobody really answer his question. He had a legitimate question, people, and I wanted to hear the answer. And I went down the line and asked you guys, answer the question. That's all I wanted, okay? Some people went in calling people devils and all that other stuff. And I mean, come on, y'all. Don't. This is my YouTube channel. Y'all trying to get me knocked off or something or kicked off? That's all what's going to happen. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, hold it.
As far as I answered this question,
Oh, yeah.
I answered it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, let me say this.
I answered it. It's all good, bro. It's all good, Martin. Hey, you did a good job. You know what I mean? Being respectful to everybody.
I am. That's what I try to do.
Feelings to
Okay.
anyone on the show.
No, let me see.
God bless y'all. I wish y'all well.
Okay, 63. We got a new caller, y'all.
Wait a minute, Martin.
Go ahead, Jessica. Come on now.
Martin.
Come on. Listen, people.
Wait a minute, because I just want to make a real quick clarifying point because it's crucial in this. First of all, I didn't call anybody out of their name at all.
Jessica, hold it. Okay, if you didn't do it, it don't apply to you,
Okay,
Jessica.
Go
ahead.
I know that I'm leading into something. I'm leading into something.
Okay, come on.
I responded to what Doris responded to, which was when he said that white people today were not violent. That's what we responded to. Okay, then when I said about when I brought up the example of mass shooting as an example of current white crime, that's when the conversation went left.
Yes, true.
So I just want to say, instead of us being tagged as emotional, instead of us being tagged as name calling, it would be beneficial if we recall what actually happened.
So
that's what actually happened.
Okay, and you're
And
right,
so
but
that's
you're right.
right there.
You're right. But what I'm
Okay,
saying is
thank you.
we screaming and talking on top of each other and call that's emotions. That's emotions. Nope, listen. All I'm
It is, but he cut a look. He cut across the conversation when we start bringing up the various examples. When we brought up the stats, when we brought up a rebuttal, when I brought up about America, because those answers wasn't satisfying to him, he began
Because they're not
to
real, dear. You
he-
sound like CNN on rewind. Like they're not
Hey,
real. We all know what's real in the
Hold on.
That's the
843.
point.
That's the perfect
843.
example right there.
843.
Right there.
843.
You see,
843.
right there.
Now she's
There it
talking.
is, right
She's
there.
talking. Right there. See
There
that?
it is,
that,
right
okay.
there.
Okay.
There it is,
Let me
right there. So I'm
843.
gonna go ahead and land,
Okay.
like y'all say. I'm gonna go ahead and finish. But there's the example that we were talking about right there. That he just feels like he can interject anytime he wants because we disagree with something that he said. We came with stats. We came with names of games. I
Correct.
came with a geographical area, but that wasn't enough.
Yeah,
So
it's
we
called
don't have to
rebuttal. I
interject.
think your
You see-
stats are
you see
bogus,
this?
dear. I
You
think
see
you
this?
watch too much
You see this?
CNN.
You see this?
All
You see this?
843.
You see this, Mark?
He's talking to me, dude.
Doris said that she was quoting from the Department of Justice. That's what she said.
You believe
That's
that?
what she said. Look, see, you see.
These are the same people that say a man can have a baby, dear.
But no. But you see what we're talking about right now, Mark.
Right,
You're
exactly.
trusting government too much
Respect
for
that
me.
he has for the people that are talking on your panel. We're not even talking about agreeing or disagreeing with the points that are made. People have their different perspectives and opinions. We see that every night, and that's okay. That's what makes this show interesting. But for someone to feel like they can just cut across people when people are coming with facts. We are an intelligent group on this panel.
I didn't say you were.
Have they working? You see that? See that?
It'll see what?
See how everybody? See how everybody?
You know how to have a conversation. You know how a conversation works. It's not just all about
843.
you. That's how a
You see
conversation
that?
works. You're a weirdo.
843. 843.
Talking to me.
843.
He called me a weirdo.
Oh, I'm not gonna wait around and listen to this old bat talk,
You
man.
don't
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, okay, Doris. We're gonna close out with Mama. Go ahead, Mama. Yes.
Jessica is absolutely right.
Right.
The
She proved a point.
doctor is absolutely right. When we started making a comparison between black and white when it comes to crime, the comparison was that we do more crime than they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why I gave him the statistics that I gave him. As Jessica said, we are intelligent people. I read, I research. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican. I am only concerned about my people and the issues that my people are being are struggling.
Okay, we're gonna hold it right there. We're gonna start with Sarge. Then I think that's Roosevelt too. We have on there, and maybe we go back. And basically, what I'm doing is people doing a recap from last night and teaching us how to respond. And I want to just before I come to you, Sarge, let me just say something. Those of you just listen to me. As being a host, I try to be an example of what I want the program to be like. Now, this is not the first time where we had a white person come on the chat, call in, and say what they had to say. Now, if I can get you guys to listen to me now, white people, a lot of them, they get a good reaction off when we get emotional. So we have to, I know we're passionate people and we this and that. Sometimes we have to listen to understand and not listen to respond. And the purpose of me allowing him to talk on this platform is to study him, See, in order to really know how people are, just keep listening, keep listening, keep listening, and you'll find out. So I was observing the conversation from both ends, from his end and our end. And I wanted us to answer his question. And if we couldn't answer it, that's okay. But we got names, they was calling names and everything, animals and the H word and, calling people, it was just too much for me. Now, take in mind, people, he came on here last night. The first thing he said, he have two mixed kids. He said that he have a black wife. Now, notice, we don't know him from a can of paint. I don't know him from a can of paint. Maybe that was his way of injecting himself in our conversation. Okay, cool. Platform is open. So he could have been lying about that. Now, he did describe a lot of things that Caucasian European men were doing. He described it. Now, the emotions was too high on both sides because he kept interjecting, saying little things. He couldn't be quiet. Maybe because we wasn't saying the things that he wanted to hear. And he challenged us. So I'm going to start with you, Sarge, because the phone bank is they calling. Okay, come on, Sarge. What was your thoughts of last night? You was on here last night, Sarge. You comment.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your thought?
My thoughts on last night was if the facts would have been stuck with, it's just been concise right there. That's all they had to have it. But you had all these people that were coming in their emotions, and then you had your special guest that does all of those way back soliloquies, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, it's not what was going on back then is not going on today. Just stop it. Okay. I mean, judging someone of a certain nationality, well, mainly white, from what was going on back in the doggone 50s, when we're in 2025, if you can't clearly see a lot of behaviors and stuff have changed, I can't help you. A lot of blacks are making a lot more money than they made back then, but the black community as a whole, the money is being taken out of the black community. It wasn't happening like that when segregation was in effect. See? So everybody's in their feelings of the this and that. And one thing that was mentioned was white gangs. And all they could mention was what? The Aryan Nation and KKK. I asked a couple of questions about white gangs. Nobody could give me an answer. Now, your white guest, he knew what I was talking about, but nobody black did. But instead of saying, I don't know, what does this mean? It just would ignore it because everybody was looking for a gotcha, I just must be right moment. You can't have a dialogue like that. Everybody can learn something from everybody, but you have to listen to learn.
Okay. Hold it right there, Sarge. Let me go to Roosevelt. Come on, Roosevelt. I believe that's Roosevelt, 3268. Mr. Roosevelt.
Hey, what's going on, Martin?
All right. So, Roosevelt, I know you was listening last night, but you didn't participate for as calling in. So what was your overall thoughts?
A chance, I guess,
Okay. Yeah, no problem. What was your overall thought of last night's show? Because a lot of people, I mean, I don't want to explain. You tell me. What was your thought? Be honest. I know you're going to speak your mind regardless. We've been knowing each other for 10 years. Go ahead.
Right. I sometimes I feel a whole lot of these subjects, and I believe it's been, groundbreaking. Some of the shows you did, especially dealing with crime and dealing with maybe the upcoming military employment. So I mean, we've gotten a whole lot of information over this last week and stuff with you doing these shows. We thank you for it. But I can listen. But sometimes I get lost when it completely just like goes off of the rails, just like it did. Because I know everybody runs their show a little bit differently. And yeah, maybe some people, they were in their emotions. But sometimes us, I guess, as a people, looking at it from the other side, because I know the way you feel, you thought and stuff, people were in their emotions. Looking at it from the way people were acting, sometimes us as Black people, you got to look at the fact that we are a people with trauma. And, I know maybe certain things have changed from the times of something or whatever that Sarge was talking about. Certain things have changed, but some things have changed, but some things are still the same. Some things that we are still going through. So we're a people with trauma. It's almost like, you're bruised because like if scientifically, like if you have a sunburn, only thing I got to do is something not meaning to, but just come over and maybe touch that sunburn or something and it hurts like all over again. So when people were hearing things from this, white man or something that didn't sound good, I guess it just like sparked things or whatever. Because, racially, you don't know, everybody's story. You don't know like what everybody has went through. I mean, because the kind of discrimination I face was more because of my disability. It was never necessarily because of my race or anything like that. It was more because of my disability. So you see, so somebody like you wouldn't understand like how I felt because I went through that. That was my journey to go through alone because, not dealing with what I deal with. So just like I wouldn't always understand what people sometimes go through racially by, hearing different things about Black people and, especially the system still being like, it all is and everything. So I just think that it just sparks some people because we are a people with trauma, and everybody on the line is something you don't know what other kind of discrimination that they could have faced at the hands of the system, or just like white people in general, which just made them upset. But even though looking at it on your side again, I feel that sometimes it does help to study people because we've worked together, me and you, even in protest. You know how some people they might say F12 and all this other stuff or whatever. Every now, I don't talk to every one of them, but every now and then, I guess I talk to the people or the person that God moves me to talk to. Every now and then, I might talk to, let's just say, a single police officer or two, to maybe ask them questions or whatever, or laugh and chat with them to see like where their head is at, to study them, or, to ask them questions to see like why, on the police side, maybe they do certain things that they do. Because it's like, you said that sometimes, even though you might have an opposition, that's the only way sometimes that you will ever completely learn, from each other is by listening, no matter what it is that you have gone through. That's how we learn from each other.
Okay, good. Roosevelt, let me ask you a question real quick. Okay, I need everybody to hit like button on this YouTube. Please hit the share button. Tag someone. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X. Please do that. Facebook. We're not begging for no money. I'm saying it over and again. We just ask you to hit the like button. That's not hard to do. That's not. We don't have the collection hat plate or hat passed around. So we're not asking for any money. We just want you to share the video. If you share the video, just put it in the chat that I shared it, or like or share, or both, or subscribe. Okay. Now we got Marcus. Marcus was in the heat of the battle too last night. So I want to hear what he had to say. And I'm go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead, Marcus.
Okay, Martin. First of all, what I would like to say is I tried to get my question off, but one of the problems you have on your show, and no offense, I'm not going to call out nobody's name, but some of your guests, they don't know how to stop talking. I mean, we all don't know everything. And maybe this person may be older, been around the block a couple of times, but give other people a chance to talk before you jump in and interrupt. And
don't ramble on because other people are holding on and they have a thought in their head, and if they hold on for a long time, they lose the actual question or thought or statement that they really want to put out, and they have to just grab whatever comes off their tongue. So what I saw last night was a bunch of people over talking each other while this white guy kept interrupting. If he didn't agree with what you were saying, he would interrupt in a nasty way, but I don't expect no more or less from a person like that. And no, a lot of us could not answer his question. I think a lot of us was afraid to really answer that question because the truth of the matter is you don't see white gangs on TV putting in work on the street. You see blacks on TV through the media and all of that. Now, off TV, the whole story can be different, but we have been brainwashed by the media and what we see on TV in front of us, and even on these TV shows, black young men are portrayed as the ones that's putting in the work on the street. But the real enemy behind it is the enemy that you don't see, and that is the Caucasian man who has put the guns and the drugs in our community. Does he make us use them? No. But he put the poison in our community. He put the guns in our community. Even slapped the criminals on the wrist for the crimes that they commit. They ain't after the criminals. They're after people like me and you, Martin. They want to lock us up. Okay? So I think what I witnessed last night, again, was certain individuals got real emotional and they weren't allowing other people to get their point across. And so some people, they just give up like me. I just stopped trying to get in it because there was too many people talking, and then it led to an argument, and then it led to insults. And that was bad. That was very bad. I would have to say if that was WVON, and I'm not telling you how to run your show, you are a great person. I've been knowing you for years. But you know as well as I know, if there had been any other radio station, they would have cut people off without even thinking twice about it. You're great. You're nice. I appreciate what you do. But some of your guests need to know when not to interrupt other people. People sit there and let them talk for a long time. Whether you disagree with me or not, you need to let other people talk and get their point of view across and ask whoever the guest is a question. Clearly, other people should not be interrupting them, no matter how emotional or how old they are and how many times they've been around the block. So to me, it was kind of like a big mess last night.
Mm-hmm. And okay, we got a new caller just before the new caller come. So this is not our first rodeo. And when I went head on with the white man, not this particular show, another show, everybody got mad at me because I just cut off because it was just too much going on and what you doing in this space, you don't belong in here. And I mean, my platform is open to all Democrats, Republican, white, black, Hispanic. And people, do me a favor. When white people come on this platform, let's ask them a lot of questions. Let's hear them out. You know, when we react to a certain thing, they win. The caller wins. You got to control your emotions when you speak. Most people, now maybe Sarge and Roosevelt and Marcus, y'all can agree with me. A lot of times when we working off our feelings, we might blurt out something that we really don't mean or say something that we probably gonna regret. You know how many decisions that both men and women have made out of their emotions and really didn't mean it, you know, that way? You know, we even said, man, I it slipped out. You know, we've all done it. I've done it. So I'm telling you people, when we get these type of guests that come on, our white men or racist people that come on our platform, we need to probe them. We need to study them. Well, why you think like that? Why you say that? Why you think that black people dumb? Why you think black people emotional? Why you think we losers? Why you think? Keep asking them questions. Keep asking them questions. Keep them on the defense. Keep them explaining. trust me, most white people, white men, they don't like to have discussions about racism or black history. They don't like that. It torments them. And you ain't got to scream and holler, get your point off.
Right.
We got to learn how to control ourselves. It's not easy, but it can be done. Especially for
be calm.
You got to be calm. Okay, sir. Now, sir, this is what I say. I'm gonna let you talk, and I'm gonna listen to you. Then, when you're done, I'm gonna talk. Don't cut me off. So that's how you got to work it, people. Work it. So many people got frustrated, got out of their bodies, and just called all types of names. And I was just like, man, y'all trying to get me kicked off YouTube with all them racial slurs and all that. That's not good. Let's see who this call is. 1398.
Yeah. Hey, how y'all doing?
Man, go ahead.
You act like you wanted to say so. I'm sorry.
I definitely want to say something, but go ahead.
I'm really just gonna stick on like the white people or white men in general coming into conversations with us. They already have a thought about us, and it does come from what they see, from the music we put out, the movies. We actually feed into that image. So yes, they already got that thought process about us. So once we come into them conversations with us, it's pretty much nothing we can say that can help that. Now, you said asking them more questions. I don't really know what that's going to do. They going to think however they want to think. No. I done had a couple conversations with white people, and they are under this assumption that we actually make our women single mothers. So much so they use that as an insult when white women are interested in black men. They instantly go to, oh, well, don't worry about her. She's going to be a single mother. Like, they don't even understand that we don't even make our women single mothers. They make themselves single mothers in a way. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it's just confusing in a way.
But hold it, brother. My thing is, let's stay on point. How to respond to white people when they come on this platform. We can care less what they think. We can ask them what they think. And that's what I'm saying. You get them on the defense. Why you think like that? Why you say that? The man made a couple of comments. Oh, you must have been listening to CNN, stuff like that. And first, somebody should have said, well, sir, what do you mean we listen to CNN? I don't listen to CNN. I listen to Fox. I mean, you could have come back that. So what I'm saying is, we know that there are stereotypes out there about us, but all black people don't fit all stereotypes. You have married women, married men that come on this podcast every day. They don't say anything. They just listen and watch. So what I'm saying, we can care less of what they really think about us. What we're trying to do is study them, get them to say how they really feel. Because it's hard to corner a white person. It's hard to corner them and get some information out of them to see how they really feel.
We know we are.
Yeah, right. So that's all I'm saying, brother. I understand what they're going to, we ain't going to never be able to change the man or the stereotypes, but what we want to do, they study us, we need to study them as well. Because listen, they don't think well of us. They think less of us, less than. And we understand that. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not worried about what a white man think about me. I'm not trying to be accepted. I'm looking for liberation and respect. That's what I'm looking for. The respect is earned. Now, you don't have to, those of us that work with white people, we don't have to go out to dinner with them and invite them over to the wedding or the gender reveal and things like that. We don't have to do that. Some of us live around white people and we've never spoken to them. They don't speak to us. We don't speak to them. So it's real out here, people. We have to know how to handle ourselves in a professional manner without name calling, screaming and hollering and cussing folks out. We giving them what they want when we do that. When you sit there, real calm and poised, voice, your tone is perfect. And what I was doing last night, I asked people, answer the question. No one really could seem to answer the question, maybe one or two people. Answer the question. But we got a new caller real quick. Hold on, my brother. Come on, new caller. 8250.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Kiara. Lovely. That's good to hear everybody and everything that everybody said. I realized when getting on to listen to you all today that I missed everything. Literally fell asleep within the first maybe 15 minutes. So now that I am here today and I'm overhearing everything, I'm just really proud of everybody. I'm just so happy that you all handled it the way that y'all handled it. Even though, Mr. Martin, you only played in the beginning of the live tonight a snippet, of the beginning of the issues and when the Caucasian individuals started to chime in or whatnot. But where I would, because I don't have the logistics of everything that went on, but I have been listening, I do say this because of my experience in working for the past 12 years in a corporate setting. I'm going to try to be as transparent and as respectful as possible because I do realize that we have Caucasian people that are listening to you, okay, and us, and in a whole. So, with all due respect, yes, there is a high level of a stigma on you immediately when you are in the environment of however name you want to say it. Caucasian people, European people, mixed people, Irish, whatever. When your skin hue is visibly different, there is a cloud that is there, and people do not like talking about it. It don't matter what age you are, and that is exactly, in my opinion, what happened last night in a nutshell. And we go through it every single day. And as the elder saying, you can't beat a dead horse. It is what it is, y'all. I'm nearing up to 40. There are people here that are listening to the show and that speak up on the show and that just living out here every day that are well off into their 70s and 80s of years of age. They the ages of the people who are running for still sitting in these seats that we are obviously every day complaining about because things are wrong in this country for all of us, even the European Caucasian people. They're struggling in so many different areas with mental health. And as we spoke about this evening too, the mass violence, the barbarism. We learned we learn later as humans that is not natural, being as barbaric as Caucasians are, which is what every person of color deals with, no matter what demographic part of the map that they come from. And this is the elephant in the room to all Caucasians. And that is a part of our culture and what we emulate when we still put ourselves in these spaces with them, whether it's on a podcast, on a TV show, on a sports field, in the grocery store. And this is the part about when they spoke on the revolution will not be televised. This is what that is all about. It's always going to be that one that's going to stick out, that's going to speak up and let y'all know, yeah, they with that KKK shit, and they going to talk to you like that. They going to make you feel it. No matter, sorry, sir. They going to make you feel it. And I apologize that is, we are in 2025, but I do also just want to apologize to the women that was disrespected, even though, I only heard a little snippet of what he did. But yeah, that is the type of air that comes off of arrogant Caucasian men. Sometimes it don't matter what age it is, and that is sometimes what women ask for help from men. It's not always a physical thing that we believe we need help with when it comes to these other cultures. And yeah, sometimes that is what we need help with, because it is an attack on us. And sometimes because of the I believe the term is the it's a P word.
Patriotic.
But, yes. It just is what it is, y'all. Yes, it is what it is, and we all fighting through it from teenage years old to mid-age people older, and sometimes elders they be able to get a little bit along with each other. But hey, if you work in a nursing home or something, trust me, you seeing how they act in that too. They love on each other a couple of days, and they ready to beat each other up the next, because so we just gotta keep learning to love. And yes, us as having this hue in our skin, we the top-notch people that done taught everybody on here how to love. And that's why they won't shut these things down and stop us from talking and doing what we do all the time, because this is our energy. This is what it is. And the people that don't got it in their skin, they know it. That's why they won't leave us alone. So better just let them know. Listen to them, in my opinion, like Martin said. Listen to them, hear them out, let them talk. You said this in the beginning of when you started your show. Sometimes you got to learn people by just letting them talk. They'll wear a mask. They got to take it off one day, and that's how we work through this. So peace be upon everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got to. I think we're doing great.
Thank you. Sylvia Stone, she was on here last night. Sylvia said that he just wanted someone to tell him what white gangs that was in Chicago, and no one could answer it. Then everybody went on. I allow everybody get a chance to address the question. Now, I was fair. I was very fair. So I let people talk, say things, even though we was over talking each other, but it's not cool. Before Bill come, I want to play a little bit more of the video, just a little bit more, and show you guys with the conversation that we was having last night.
Has joined.
Okay, we got one more part. Bill, I'm coming to you. Let me just play a little bit of this video.
Has joined.
Let me play a little of this video.
With that are not being addressed in this country. This man has a very condescending
Ooh, we got
attitude.
a lot of people here.
This man is very disrespectful. And as Jessica just said, if you don't agree with him, he butts in. Well, let me tell you something, sir. Those are the United States Justice Department statistics. Now, if you want to argue with them, because this is what we're going by. We read, we study. So, I'm not going to get in a conversation anymore with any white man or white woman who comes on this show and they do what you did tonight. You know exactly what you're doing. I understand your kind. I know your kind. I am 81 years old. I have lived it. So you didn't bring anything to the conversation. And when it comes to emotions, we are human beings. We're human beings. Yes, I have emotions. I am passionate. When it comes to my people, I'm not going to have black or white or anyone. You're not going to come on any space that I'm in and put my people down. As I said to you, when it comes to you all doing crime, everybody comes up with a cause. Well, his mama was this, his daddy was that. But when our young people do things, then you want to just say they're thugs and they're criminals. No, they're no more thugs or criminals than you are. And for the old Sarge, I think it was Sarge, I have worked in all white communities up in the state of Wisconsin, and I work in other communities, all white communities. And those children are some of the most disrespectful kids you could ever want to come in contact with. So you're not going to sit on this space and make our children the worst children in the world, and you put these little white boys and white girls up on a pedestal. They're very disrespectful.
Okay, first and foremost, man.
We're gonna stop right there. Okay, Bill, go ahead. Go ahead, Bill. We got Bill. I didn't realize we had that many callers. Go ahead. We got like 4 or 5 callers. Come on, Bill. Go ahead.
Okay. I wasn't able to chime in last night, but I listened to the show today.
Okay.
And the question that he asked was pertinent. He asked what white gang organization is shooting each other, and we can't just put it on the media. They spin their narrative, but there really are not any white gangs except for like the outlaw motorcycle gang Hell's Angels that inflict pain and shooting and killing on each other. But in all due respect, he was disrespectful, condescending, and I have to take my hat off to two people that I understood in the conversation. Number one, Mama Doris, she got heated, and people might not be able to relate that this woman is 80-some years old, and she was there. Hanging people on a regular and spraying people down with holes, taking dogs on them. And where it went real sour was his comment about being black people being more violent than white people, and that's absurd. And Jessica basically put it out there that people don't it's not dwelling on it when it's the truth. We have been through so much with the crack cocaine epidemic. I'm a person who lived through it, used it, sold it, was in the lifestyle, and I saw the devastation. So anybody that could put something like that in a certain community on purpose is diabolical. They are more violent than any individual that's walking around in any neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff, God is the strongest love in this world. Second is a mother and a child. This stuff that I sold, used, or whatever that was afflicted upon my people made women walk away from their kids. There's some powerful stuff. And for him to say that we are more violent when we know the difference. But speaking on the response, number one, we have to keep in mind this Martin Johnson show. It helps us. We trying to get somewhere. We getting some traction. We just got to be able to reach out a little bit more to the masses. And we can't allow no white man, no black man, I don't care who it is, to shut our avenue down to help our people.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that.
That's right.
That's number one.
Bill, I'm gonna actually show it up because we got like four people behind you. Okay. Okay.
One more thing. If the white man is the cause of half the stuff that we've experienced, negative things, and got us oppressing us or whatever, why not listen to him and study him if that's the enemy? That's street knowledge.
The truth and shame the devil.
That's what generals do. They send spies to different countries to find out what's going on, and they listen. So we have to. We can think we understand everything about a white person, and probably on point about most of it.
Yeah.
But you still have to listen.
Okay, Bill. Let me go.
Find out.
Thanks.
All right.
Let me 901. Come on, caller. 901. 901.
Yes,
Erica.
hi, Martin. I was I'm listening here to your show. I just have one question.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was married to a black woman.
We have no proof of that.
How did his wife
That's why I was saying that
feel,
too.
and what are her comments of the way he was talking last night?
Mm-hmm.
And my second question is, I don't want to start anything.
But go ahead.
But his question was, what white neighborhood that you know that they all hanging out with guns on the corner? That was his question. It didn't have nothing to do about no race riot, none of that. His simple question was, what white neighborhood do you know where boys are hanging out on the corner with guns and selling drugs and running the organization? That was his question.
Now, I don't know about that. I know he said, what white gangs out here offing each other? That's what I recall him hearing him say. That's what I recall him saying, sister. So I'm not, now if he said that, I can't remember because the show was 3 hours long. So I can't remember.
Right.
But I know he did say that. And he was asking us, tell me what white gangs out here offering people, shooting people in the streets. In the street.
Well, they not in the gang. Some of these white bad people, they work off their own. They blow up schools. I thought the question was, what street or what area do you know in a white neighborhood where they hangs out?
No, that wasn't the question.
And my thing response was that is they have it in their neighborhoods. They just move a little bit different than black people. They wear suits and ties and dress professional or have, looking kind of, you won't tell if they was in gangs or if they was selling drugs. I thought that was the question. And my second question is, how did his wife respond? After hearing the way he talked to these people on the line, how was his wife responding? And not only that, he has biracial kids if he telling the truth. We don't know.
We don't know.
We all don't know. But, his kids involved with black culture if he have mixed kids.
Yeah. So my thing is, maybe he used that as a pointer to thrust himself in our conversation. So I got a black wife and I got 2 mixed kids. But if you notice, he never called his kids black. He said mix. He said mix. He said he grew up around black. So I don't know this gentleman. I don't know him from a can of paint. Nothing. If he walked past me to save my life, I couldn't point him out. So what? Okay, let me read a comment somebody put up here.
Because I want to know what type of relationship do he have with his wife and kids if he feels that way towards black people. Right. That's all. Because, that's a sad situation if he got his kids and wife thinking that type of way. And if they don't know their history, you see what I'm saying?
Right. Well, let's listen to what Louis Ramsey said, a good friend of mine. Some Caucasians know what to say to knock you off your square. Far as what you say or do to push that button to get a reaction. And that's what he did last night. He won last night, people. He hit a button. That's what I'm trying to get. He won last night. We allowed him to come on his platform and he won. And I let every black person that wanted to speak last night, that called in and wasn't on the line, to ask him a question or get a rebuttal. I did. I was fair with that. I kept saying, answer the question.
Yes, you are.
Answer the question. Because see, normally when stuff like this, I like to shut everybody down and I go one-on-one with them. But I didn't go one-on-one with them. I wanted to give you guys a chance. Because the last time a white man came on, everybody got mad at me. He called us a bunch of N-words and he wanted to burn us up. Everybody got mad. But I never lost my poise. I said, well, why you feel like that, Mr. White Man? Well, why you say that, Miss?
That's when I feel you should have had try to stop it, and maybe you could have made him feel the way he had other people's feelings because you have the words and the comprehension to break down these type of people. You see what I'm saying?
I do, but see the thing is,
and it probably wouldn't have been as bad, like it was.
And you're right, but I had to give you guys a chance to maybe somebody would have came up and really. That was civilized without screaming, hollering, cussing, and calling names. We got educated people here that know how to talk, that come on here on a nightly basis. but they didn't know how to handle that situation. So he won.
Yeah, he actually would, but how he won, because it was a lot of older people on here, and like the man just said, they come from scars and roots by them being older, so they been in their actually shoes and they know how it went back in those days.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So they have it. When the man made some certain comments, they had like a reflection and went back in the 50s and 60s. You see what I'm saying? They mindset just like clicked. You know what I'm saying? And it caught them. I think he actually caught them off guard.
Yeah.
First of all.
But I mean, it was a legitimate question. He said it was a legitimate question that he asked. It wasn't nothing, you know, he did try to make like that white people ain't that violent as they used to be. He did say that. And we know that's not true because we ain't out here.
No, that's not true.
I know, we know that's not true. He said we ain't out here on the streets. Name me one white gang out here on the streets knocking people off. That's what he said. But sister, I got to go to the next caller. I got Ebony Eyes coming up then. Old timer next thing, Ebony Eyes. Okay, I can come back to you, but come on, old timer. What was your thoughts, old timer? What was your thoughts? You was on here.
Yes, I was on there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest now.
Let's be honest. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
When the brother first came on, according to the conversation that we were having, I felt that what he said, he just really wanted to be a part of the conversation. So he made mention about what his situation was. He had a black wife, and I'm skipping through some stuff. He had a black wife, and he really identified with the black plight. He know how white people feel about black people. Now, I had spoken earlier and said myself that I worked with Caucasian people. And I said whenever we got off work, Caucasian people went one way and I went another way, and this was consistent. That brother was on the line at the time when I said that. Now, I'm not saying he figured back on anything that I said, but I felt that the man was honest. I didn't see anything wrong with what he said. Now, the question that he had, I believe the question is styled more around where do you see white people jumping on black people? Where do you see white people going in and just constantly in the news every day? Like you see black people. Now, and this has been going on with us for some time. And we have addressed this. So what he was asking was to show me where it is going on. Is it going on in Rolling Meadows? Is it going on in Palatine? Is it going on in Schaumburg, Arlington Heights? Just say where it was going on. And I'm not saying whether he's won or lost, but the situation that we have, we're trying to deal with our situation as to how we say that, oh, we're supposed to love our people. We got to stop talking about our people. We got to stop hating on our people. So basically, all of these conversations that we have is going to come down to don't say nothing negative about black people. You know, and accept what they do and put your arm around them and try to love them and love whatever this mayhem may be out of them instead of talking about it. That's what's going supposedly that we trying to say. So what he was saying was he was standing up in a point. So, but he didn't say that he was religious because I know that he started to use certain words and everything, and you know that's him. But you know, I don't see where he was off the topic at all. I thought he was spot on, and that everything what he was saying was legitimate. I just don't see it, but I do know that Caucasian people do not want us to infiltrate. They don't want us to infiltrate their neighborhoods. That's what this bottom line is. You, how many senators and congressmen daughters you see marrying black people? You don't see it, and they want it that way. White people want it that way. Republicans want it that way. So we have to accept the fact that this is who we are. We got different type of hair. We got we wear our hair different. We want to be accepted by everybody. We don't want nobody to say nothing about us. The mother who that was 81, she don't want nobody to say nothing about black people. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute until I get a chance to talk again. That same thing that what she's saying is true. They had a store called Pick and Save out here, and I made mention to my mother. My mother that came up, and my mother came up, and we went to the store. I took her to the store. She's making the grocery, and then I said, now look at this young man. Now, instead of him coming on the job, with his hair combed and how he's supposed to be dressed, I said, now look how. So I said, look how our young men go. Now I'm running my big mouth. I'm talking all this old crazy talk. I went to put the grocery in the car. When I turned around, my mother had the young man's hands up in the air, praying for him, and then gave him a hug. I was so ashamed, I didn't say nothing the whole while on the way coming home. I didn't say nothing because I knew I was wrong, but I didn't have the same love toward the young man that she did. And that taught me something. I never forgot it. I was talking to my father one day, and I was talking about these white people. I was saying, oh, boy, these white people this. He said, son, let me tell you something. He said, it was a white man that saved my life. He said they had took him off in the woods out in Louisiana, 2 white men, and they was going to kill him. And the white man that owned the land, he passed by, and he saw him, and he said, Willie, is that you? And he said, yeah. He said, that's you, Willie? And he said, yeah. And he told the white man, he said, let him go. I said, let him go. And that's how he got out. And I wasn't even born yet. So by right, I really shouldn't even be here. Because they would have killed him. I never would have got born. But I'm telling you, what that man was saying was that black people are violent. He didn't make no bones about it not being violent, but he challenged you to show him why white people was going around jumping on black people. While white people was going around knocking old women down, taking their purses. That's what he wants you to tell him about, and we can't do that because we know that we do it. We do it on a common basis. Okay. But you don't see white people doing it. And I say you don't see white people doing it. But I will say that white people don't want you in their neighborhood. They don't want you over there in
Now, Mama Doris did give him some.
They don't want you over there. Hold on a second. They don't want you over in Marquette Park. They don't want you in Marquette Park, and they don't want you over in Cicero.
Okay. We got a new caller.
That's a fact.
We got a new caller. I got to go with this new caller, Ebony Eyes. She didn't call twice. So come on, Miss Ebony.
Hi, how you doing, Martin?
Good. I'm glad you called back. All right.
Yeah, I'm happy it's a different tone today, so I wanted to kind of get out some of what I wasn't able to say yesterday. But then, the tone today is a little different. So I want to piggyback on something the other young lady said, and I do agree with her. Sometimes, and I say this with many people, when you, what happened yesterday was reaction, not response.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened is that everyone reacted to what the gentleman said. I'm going to call him that. Everybody reacted to him. Nobody responded. Like you said, no one answered his question. Nobody gave him an intelligence, like the young man said. There's a lot of intelligent people on here, but nobody acted and responded with intelligence. The best way to respond, I find, to racists, ignore them. Why are we making them relevant in our conversation anyway? If they come on here, let them listen. They'll get off when you don't give them the attention they need and don't respond.
Yeah, but that's not that type of show,
though. I'm saying I never went back to hear because I came in and it was kind of already set off the environment, and I was trying to figure out what happened. So I didn't even go back today to try to figure out what happened. But now when I turned on. I saw you all were on, so I hear you kind of recapping the day. But I'm just saying, sometimes you have to just ignore them, because what happened is he disrupted the conversation, and look what we talking about today.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me just say this.
We're not really talking about what happened.
Right. Let me.
No, what we still need to talk about.
Right. Let me just say this, Miss Ebony Eyes. I allowed him to speak, and I challenged the people that was on the panel, even some that was in the message, to answer the question. I believe it was a legitimate question. So let's answer it. I wanted to hear an answer as being the host. Now, this is not our first rodeo. We had another white man come on here. He said he wanted to burn 10,000 people up. That's what he said. And I asked him a question. I didn't get loud. He said it. I said, well, why you feel like that, Mr. White Man? And he answered every question I put up.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you something. These are uncomfortable rooms sometimes that we be in when they come on here. So when they come on here, I'm going to make sure we're going to ask them all the questions that we can ask them. Because, see, I want to show people how these people think of us. And we try to mimic them, imitate them, live like them, and do all types of things. And them people don't care nothing about us at all. At all. The brother just told you that, Brother Oldtimer, he said he worked with them for many years. But when they get off work, they went their way, went this way. Most of us, some of us, live around in the mixed area. And our white neighbors don't even say anything to us. Never invited us to the barbecue. Never invited us over for anything. They might give us a little casual, hi, and that's it. And keep going. They don't want to mingle with us at all.
Yeah.
I'm just go ahead, Ebony. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
What I wanted to add is that I don't disagree with that. You do need to hear them. We do need to have conversation, because, like someone else said, they've been lied to as well. But you also have mental illness amongst them too. You got to take into consideration. A lot of them are narcissists. It's nothing more than just envy. But going back to having conversations, I wanted to add, I've done that. I had a conversation with a red hat MAGA wearing Caucasian man. And I'm gonna tell you, it was very enlightening. He happened to be a weapons instructor. I'm gonna say it that way. And what he shared with me was a video, and I can't remember the name because it was doing like right before COVID, so I don't remember the video. But he shared this video with me, and it showed the difference between. It showed specifically the campaign essentially to remove weapons from our people, and he was saying this is what the fact that you all don't have weapons, and I'm gonna keep using that word, is because they don't want you to have it, but that's what keeps your people vulnerable. You have to.
Oh, Trouble J
has joined.
Go ahead, my sister. Go ahead. You still there? Somebody just came in.
I don't know if I said anything.
No,
wrong.
You didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah.
Somebody came in alive. Go ahead.
Okay, so he was saying that you have to, protect yourself, because we're vulnerable. We're sitting ducks. And he was saying that, and he was showing me the different laws, and he was showing that basically what was used against the tiny hat, and he showed the exact law, and it was verbatim, word for word, that was brought over here and put against us to make sure we don't have weapons and protection. So I'm not saying I'm on here campaigning for that, but what I am saying is that he made a lot of sense.
Well, okay.
And what I will share is that when we listen to each other, I'm a strong believer you can learn from anybody. There's something that someone will leave you with a message, a lesson, or something. There's something wise in everybody because we've all lived different lives at some point. So you can learn.
Okay.
But what I will say it is important. Look at Fred Hampton. He was able to go and start building the bridge between us and quote unquote poor Caucasians. And that was to build that understanding and start making sure that we, would kind of break and fight against
we got
propaganda that was out here. I'm finishing up.
Okay.
So I see the benefit to that. I'm done.
Okay. All right.
Martin.
Yeah, man. What do you got to say? Come on, real quick, because I got another caller. Go ahead.
Okay, Martin. That's all I want to say. Whoever the white gentleman was, if he's still listening, I would like to hear from his wife.
I said that too in my mind.
And how do she feel about the topic that we had last night, and how does she feel about her husband's reaction? So if he listening, if you kindly was bold enough to get on here last night, can you bold enough to put your wife on this line? Because I would like to hear what she has to say.
Man, what's she gonna say?
Yeah, let me say something. I want to say something before Jay comes. Now, listen, Jessica said I was crazy for saying what I was saying. He won. And what I mean, he won, he got the reaction that he wanted out of us. That's what I mean. I'm not saying what Jessica said didn't tell the truth. No, he got, see, the thing is, listen, people, and I need y'all to follow me. You could be headed in the right direction, but going the wrong way. Well, you say, well, Martin, what do you mean? Your car can be facing the right direction, but it could be in reverse. So what I'm saying is, other words, in spiritual terms, don't let your good be evil spoken of. We have met a lot of people that's very smart, articulate, but guess what? Their mouth is foul. Every 2 words they swearing. They loud, and we all know people like that. They're real intelligent, but they just off the chain. Period. So what I'm saying is, this is not the first time a white person came on here on this platform and talk. I know how to handle them. My thing is, I like to sit back and question them and just let them talk. And sometimes they be a little drunk too. They just be talking and talking. If you to catch them they would never have a conversation like this with a black person in front of another white person at all. So I know how they thrive off our emotions. They win. So I'm not saying nothing that Jessica and Mama Doris said was wrong. They brought facts and numbers. Cool. But he got the reaction out of them that what he wanted. He kept interrupting them, making smart little comments, and that because they was hitting them. They was hitting them with the facts. Oh, you believe those numbers? That's what, stuff like that. So he won in a sense to me. Now, y'all can be mad at me if you want to. I don't care. But he won in a sense because he stirred up everything. I want to see what I wanted somebody to have a civilized conversation with him without yelling, screaming, hollering, get this white boy off this line. He don't be on that. No, come on now. Let's answer the man question. Let's show him that we are intelligent, that we don't have to holler and scream and be so passionate that we over talking. That's all what I'm saying.
Well, I just want to ask a question. Okay, if he was wrong, then tell me, the black people we got on here right now, tell us what you all see the white people doing that's causing laws and stuff that's making the news every day. Tell us what you see.
Well, okay.
Oh, they don't report it. Well, we done beat that drum. Oh, they don't report it. They don't report it. They don't report it like they do us. Come on, we just
go ahead, Abney. Go ahead, Abney. I think that was you.
I would like to respond to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So the question is, you're right. They don't always report it because
that's what you all say.
Let me finish, please. because they do control the news and the narrative. It is still propaganda at the end of the day. So when you go, like, let me say, like people say it doesn't happen on the north side. I've worked on the north side for many, many, many years, and the north side is violent. The north side of Chicago is worse than the south side or the west side. They just don't report it because that's where they want everybody to come to so that their property values are maintained. But it was reported even maybe about 20 years ago. On the news, they did a special, it was either 5 or 7. They did a special on it. And they said that we had less crime on the south side than it was on the north side. So that is a myth. You know, they even, like a few years ago, you had the beach. It was a big beach brawl on the north side. People didn't go to jail. So they don't always report the news. They will definitely report us because we have to understand, like someone mentioned yesterday, social engineering. We have to understand that they're going to protect their image. We don't protect our image. We don't own our image. What I mean by we don't own it is we don't control anything. We gave up BET. We gave up Ebony Magazine. We gave up what was our publications and our means to speak and be seen and our royalty. What do we have?
Okay. Well, let me help you out. No. Hold it. Sarge, where you at? Sarge. Where are you, Sarge? Sarge?
Yeah, I was here. I had the phone on mute.
Okay, Sarge. Tell us about tell us about the numbers. I want you to tell old Tam about the numbers. Who commit the most crime? Where do we rank that and all that? Now, if you're watching TV, if you're looking at TV and social media, you would think black people is the only one out here committing crime. But we're going to, according to the numbers, Sarge, say the numbers, Sarge, real quick. Go ahead. You know them. Go ahead.
Okay. As of the numbers, they commit more crimes in general, crimes as a whole. They commit more crime than black people do. Black people just excel in robbery and unaliving.
That's true. Them two categories only.
That's the only two categories right there.
According to their numbers. But who do you see on the news? Us. People like us.
Exactly. Now, did you see those did you look at the 2 stories that I sent you today?
I looked at one of them. Yeah.
Okay. With the big giant
house.
Yeah, that was insane. Then there was another one I sent you. It was a woman that ended her husband, white woman. So that's when I say crime is proximity based. Now, if you do not live within a certain vicinity, or area, or whatever you want to call it, there are crimes that they're not going to put those on your local news. Okay?
Okay, Sarge, let me say this. I remember reporting, I think it was like 3 years ago before they encrypted the scanner. So it was a call came in, I believe on 79th and Dan Rand. It was a sister call and said that a white man tried to carjack her. So I posted on the internet. So and all the comments came up on, you mean light-skinned man? They could not believe that a white man tried to carjack a sister over there by 79th Expressway. They kept, black people couldn't get in their mind. They couldn't get in their mind. I'm going exactly what the 911 operator put over the air. They couldn't put it in their mind. I'm telling you, man, we listen, that's Gold Ebony. socially engineered thinking. Whatever the media put out. Ebony, that's an old saying that says, if you see it and hear it enough times, you'll start believing it. It's almost like a song. When you first heard this song come out, you really didn't like it, but they playing it so much over the radio, and for some reason, now you're patting your foot to it. You're stomping your foot to it, clapping your hands. Now you like it. But when you first heard it, you didn't like it. But you kept hearing it so much because it was in rotation. We need to go to the next caller real quick. Come on, 281.
Now, one thing, Martin.
Hold on, hurry up, bro.
If I could, something that you said, and I'll be quick. You said, we know for a fact Jesus is not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man.
Sir.
But I just cannot get that image out of my head.
I can't get it out of my head.
Shame the devil.
I'm 50. Hey, Ebony Eyes, I'm 56 years old, and I still right now and day see that blue eye, long hair, white, pale face as Jesus. And I know better. I know what the book say.
I was taught never to believe in him.
Right. But I mean, that's your choice. But I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying that's the difference.
Right.
And you're 2 years older than me. I'm just going like, I'm just going the difference.
I can't get that image out of my mind right now today, and I know better. Come on, 281. I'm sorry. Thank you for holding 281. Thank you for your patience. Come on, my brother.
What's going on, Martin? How y'all doing, panel?
Good.
Man, listen to this wonderful show again. Thanks for coming back with it. Quite a few things I want to cover, but I'm going to be as quick as I can. We were talking about how to respond to white people. You know, and I have a neighbor that wants me to do a podcast. I used to do podcasts. I'm not interested in that, you know, because I don't want to sit up on the podcast with you and go back and forth about what's going on in the country. And you being white, I'm being black, and I have my different views. You're going to be mad, I'm going to be mad, and we all going to get mad. Like we've seen the gentleman came to the phone yesterday, if I can call him that. First thing I had a problem with when he said that his wife was black. Who cares?
Me too.
Who cares? I don't care if she white with blue eyes, if she black with big feet, if she Asian with cock eyes. I don't care.
Who cares?
That didn't bother me. What I had a problem with, Martin, and please forgive me, man. You're my brother. I love you, man. I respect you. But the gentleman that you kicked off your show yesterday, he had one thing that he said that was right. You didn't check him. Like you normally check people.
No. I don't have to check him. I allow him to talk. I don't have no. Hold it. I got to check you right now. Cause see, let's get it understanding. Let's get it understanding right now. Nobody tells Martin Johnson what to do on his show. Okay. First of all, you can hold on. No. Let's get it out clear. Since you brought it, I'm gonna bring it too. Now,
right.
You've never heard me in the history of why you was listening to this show ever tell anybody to shut up. You've never heard me use that language. The man told me to tell the white man to shut up. I said, first of all, brother, you bogus.
Absolutely have the right. You absolutely right. You have the right. You have the right to get them like that.
But hold on, brother. No. I don't use. Hold on. First of all, I don't use that language with my own people. So
I get it.
Okay. First of all, you've never heard me swear on this platform.
I get it.
I don't do that. I am an example for what I want to happen on here. Period. I'm not telling y'all not to cuss, and I'm cussing. I don't tell people. I used to say, hold it. Wait a minute, can I talk? That's how you hear me talk. That's my language. Nobody comes on here and tell me how I should conduct myself when I know I'm conducting myself. Now, some people I give leeway to talk. Mama Doris, she may have 4 or 5 times to talk, well, you may have 2 times. It's certain people I give certain things. We don't always have white guests that call in. So when they do call in, I want to hear from them. We don't always have young people to call in this program. When they do talk, I want to hear from them. That's not about no checking. Listen, people, it's about let's watch people, let's listen, observe them. That's why we have to get out of our emotion and learn how to respond. That brother right there, I had so many problems with him. So many problems with him.
I know.
It's personal with him. It's personal. And I give him chance.
Martin,
Listen, hold on. I give him chance after chance after chance. The brother got a personal vendetta against me. I don't know what it is. I don't owe him no money. I don't owe him nothing. I never promised him anything. For what? If you don't like me, don't come on the show. That's all.
I get that, Martin. But what he was talking about, and I'm saying, and I'm not sticking up for him.
No, you ain't got to stick up for him.
He said, I'm listening to what I'm saying, though, Martin. I know you're passionate about what you're saying, and I don't disrespect that. What I'm saying to you was the way he did it, the white guy himself was acting like a cousin or a brother or sister that did something to you. You know you're right. You tell mama, hey, mama, this is wrong. And then he makes the face at you like, nah, you got in trouble. That's all I'm saying, though, Martin. That's all I'm saying, though, bro.
I understand. I understand. I don't understand it, brother.
Well,
I don't understand it. You understand it, but I don't understand it. I'm telling the truth.
Well,
listen. Well, you
I'm not saying that.
No. Since you bold enough to come out, I'm bold enough to speak my mind too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speak my mind. I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil. Listen, have you ever been on here when a white man came on here to talk to me?
Absolutely.
How did I handle it?
Just the way you handled it yesterday.
Have you ever seen me get out of my body with one of these white folks? Not folks.
One time. Even when you say you wanted to burn 10,000 people.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm a prime example to what I want you guys to do when you come on here. Hear the people out. Everybody was calling the man names and racial slurs and all that. Have you ever heard me call a white person a hunky on here? Never.
No.
Never. But everybody, you guys that think you have liberty to say whatever you want to say on my page, but if you go on a major news network, you be at your best behavior. But when you come on my page, you can say whatever you want to say. No, it ain't gonna be like that.
Martin, but here's I get that, Martin, but here's the point I'm trying to make, and I'm gonna land the plane, man. The point I'm trying to make was he felt like he had a privilege to cut people off, and you let him. He kept on cutting people off, and you let him. And he just kept on and kept on and kept on.
And I never said it. I never said anything. I never said anything, right? I never said nothing.
Absolutely. You did. You did, but you didn't shut his mic down.
No, I'm not.
Hot with this one.
Have I ever?
Hot with Mama Dora. He didn't have to do that.
Have I ever shut your mic down?
Married to a black woman. Of course you have, but what I'm saying is this though. Yes, you have.
Okay.
And not only to mention that to say this shit. We talking about Mama Doris.
Okay.
An 81-year-old black historian.
Okay.
An 81-year-old black historian getting talked over by somebody that don't even care about her. Not to mention he said he's married to some black woman, which I doubt very
okay, that's what I'm saying. First of all, we don't know if he was married to a black woman. I don't know this man from a can of paint. You know, I don't know. He said it. I don't know.
I don't trust nothing that came out of his mouth.
Right,
I don't trust nothing that came out of his mouth. And he got mad. He got mad when 206 got in his butt. 206 was right about everything he said about him.
No. 206 called him all types of names, animals, and honky and all that. That was like, you see, there you go, emotion. This is what I'm talking about, people. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about, people? How are you going to have a civilized conversation?
Aren't you emotional right now?
I'm not.
Aren't you emotional right now?
No, not at all.
Being logical. He's just stating his case.
Yeah. So,
you can't speak for him. And man, you can't speak for Martin. Let Martin speak for himself.
Listen.
Weird. I can speak for what I'm listening to as of
I'm with you on that, but what I'm saying is Martin is the host of this show. We have people to come in with our own opinions and become the host of the show. Let me finish, brother. I know you like to come in when we take over shows. I get that. We respect you, Nick. We respect you, Nick. But at the end of the day,
you can't shut your mouth.
Nick, let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something, brother. There is no competition between you and I, so we don't have to do this right now. We really don't.
There's no who said
that's exactly what I said first. I said it first.
Now, here we go. Okay, brother.
I said it first.
We're gonna cease this conversation, brother.
Here we go.
See, people, this is what I want to avoid right here. This is what I want to avoid, right? Avoid right here. This is what I'm talking about. See, listen, if this is emotions flaring up, because somebody feel like I didn't do what they would have done, I'm wrong. I understand that. We all are different. We all different. I don't swear, period. Some people do. That's how they express themselves. They can't, they have to do that. So I understand, people. I'm not mad at nobody tonight because I'm a loving person, But listen, I'm not gonna allow nobody to come on and say something I ain't gonna defend myself. And trust me, Sarge, and I know all the whole panel. All I ask everybody, you don't have to believe like I do. I don't know everything. I tell people, give me your honest opinion. I'll give you a chance to respond when somebody's saying something out of whack, whatever. I do that. I do that. So people on here, listen, if you don't like this show, don't call in. Just listen. That's all. You don't like the way it runs?
Hey, Mark,
don't call. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't.
Okay.
No, you can't, because I don't like your outbursts. I don't like your emotions. Once you tone down, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you.
You don't need to, Mark. You don't need to, bro.
No problem.
You don't need to.
No problem. But listen.
Hey, can I ask a question about the black wife?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
All right.
No, sir. No, sir. All right. We don't even know if she exists. So that's just hearsay. We don't even know if that exists or not.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to know, what
sir,
changed.
Sir, I just asked you.
Right.
I just asked you politely. No, we don't really know if that was probably a lie, just so we can get into the black conversation. But see, that's all. Now, hold it. Now, people, when you have conversations and debate, it's best to be calm. When people get in their feelings and their emotions, trust me, they say things that they probably regret. And we all have done it. I have done it. You guys have probably have done it. So sometimes we got to hold our thought, calm down, think about before we respond. A lot of us, we listen to respond. We don't listen to understand. When I'm on here and listen to you guys, I'm not only listening to you, but I'm reading vibrations. Okay, why did this person say that? Why do they think like this? And I try to hear everybody out. Everybody can't explain themselves in 2 minutes. Some people need 5 minutes. Some people need 30 seconds. They can just do it then. So I'm just trying to tell people we have to learn how to respond. That's why we can't get nowhere when we try to do something constructive on a large scale. Let's put away the skating. Let's put away the parties and reunions and all that. Now, let's take this thing to another level. How are we going to solve our crime amongst our young people that's out there doing things that they not ought? You heard the young man came on here yesterday. He said, we know right from wrong. And we feel like, hey, if our parents can't tell us nothing, you can't tell us nothing either. He told us that. That young man told us that, and I didn't cut him off. He was 24 years old, and I asked him a couple of questions. Did I ever get mad at him? Did I ever try to cut him off? Well, man, back in my day, we did it this way. I didn't say anything. I let him freely talk. So when he was talking, Ebony Eyes, I was listening to understand, not necessarily to respond. I was listening. That's what I'm trying to tell people. We have to listen. People come on this platform, and I'm not talking about you, to try to make it all about them. And it's not all about. It's the truth. People tell the truth, shame the devil. That's all. I'm not listening. Yeah, I get you talking. Let me just say this. Now listen. What other platform on YouTube that allow total strangers that they don't know to come on their platform and speak freely? Some of you guys, I've never seen you in person. Don't know you from a can of paint. Just only online. And I let you guys come on and share the platform with me. That's what I do. That's the love that I have. I'm not afraid of nobody that's on this panel if their YouTube channel or Facebook page grow larger than mine. At least I can say I know you. They used to come on my page. So I'm not that type of person. I'm a loving, kind, and very patient person. I tarry long with my brothers and sisters. I understand that we are sick because we're suffering. We have a lot of trauma that's passed down. And we have to be a little cautious. We have to. I like when I deal with black people. I think of you know, when you go to the post office, they have fragile on the package. I try to deal with them fragile, handle them real carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong. You teach those that do know, and you discipline those. No, you teach those that don't know, and you discipline those that do know. Okay, Ebony Eyes, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I agree with the you know, when you mentioned about the young man. For many years I've worked with teenagers, young adults. Thank God I've transitioned out of that, but I still have family members that are assistant principals and principals in these schools. So, you know, we had conversation recently about what we see with the young folks. And what is going on is just what the young man said. They know right from wrong. You know, but it goes back to survival. And it goes back, like I mentioned yesterday, you have youth out here that don't have jobs. They don't have job skills. So in their mind, they're doing what they feel they have to do out of necessity. I'm not saying it's right at all, but I'm saying they are in survival mode. So when we look at what's going on here, like I said, I've worked in education and I've worked in child welfare. So to the gentleman who spoke about, being a crack user, former crack user and everything, I was on the other side at that time in the 90s dealing with those kids that were being taken in the system. I worked that, so I saw it. So what you have now is, and I tell people, right now what you're seeing is the crack babies and their kids.
Bill said the same thing.
You have
Bill, you next.
Yeah, you have.
Go ahead.
That's what you have out here. You have them here, and what was happening with those kids during that time? They lacked emotion. They were fighting for their lives. That's what they dealt with in the womb. So they're not in the womb, but they still of their mindset. Meaning they went from system to system. They were dealing with the system. What do you have now? Mega lawsuits about what they dealt with in these systems. And I can tell you that's just the tip of the iceberg. So that's what's out here. And you got the rest of them that's just coming still out of the system. These are the kids that got kicked out the system with nothing. Watch the news about 3 weeks ago. What do I see? One of my former kids getting arrested in a major crime. I see it all the time. So when you look at it from that perspective. Like they say, they know right from wrong. They do. When I worked with those kids, a lot of them, when they were young and they were in high school, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And they always said, not a one of them, let me put it this way. They always said, not one said anything different. They always wanted to help people because they said they felt that they needed help. These kids are very smart. They just need us to help them. They need us to recognize them. They don't need us to yell at them, tell them what they should do, pull up your pants. They ain't looking for that. They looking for your wisdom, though. They looking for you to tell them how to get out their situation. And they definitely need us to build these programs for them, to help them. We don't need anybody else to do that. We could do that. I'm done.
Bill, go ahead, Bill. Bill always talk about the crack epidemic. Bill, go ahead. He's probably driving. Yeah, you can call in, Lee. Let me give you the number. That's my brother from another mother. Bill,
Yeah.
Bill, you listening? Okay, Bill probably he probably on the road driving. But let me just say this, people.
Yeah, but that the sister said a lot of truth, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you look at those that were born when crack was king, right?
Uh-huh.
You're talking about children that were in the womb between 80 and 90, right?
Right.
If you do the math, you figure by the year, if they were, conceived in 1980, by the year 2000, they were 20 years old. Okay, it's 25 years after that. So they could easily have 15-year-old kids of their own, mathematically. Mm-hmm. It's a real easy equation. So somebody tried to tell me that if someone was a crack baby, as they're called, that they would produce completely healthy children. I'm like, no, it can happen, but you are a product of damaged DNA. Mm-hmm. Okay? So since you are part of damaged DNA, your DNA was damaged in the womb, it's not going to heal itself in one generation of offspring. Like you ever seen people that they say, well, alcoholism runs in their family? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everyone drinks. Like your granddaddy was nothing but an old drunk, and then his son started drinking. He drinking with his son, and now you his son, and then you got a kid. But your kid just out there. It's a DNA thing. Mm-hmm. But people don't want to recognize that because it feels better for somebody to point their finger at somebody else and say, see. Mm-hmm. To make them feel better about their own personal situation while pointing out somebody else's defects. You see what I'm saying?
Let's see what 1398 got to say, Sarge.
Hey,
okay.
Oh, Bill,
respond.
Oh, okay, Bill, go ahead, Bill. Then I'm going to let 1398. Come on, Bill. Go ahead. Talk about, because Bill, I always talk about the crack babies and all that. I used to talk about it a lot, but go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, that I believe that's part of the problem, or the major part of the problem with the younger generation. People don't realize, as I said before, the devastation that took on us behind slavery, Jim Crow. It was a devastation that was unseen by who it was inflicted on, and these are the results that we're getting. Mm-hmm. I remember being a kid where the neighborhood was owned by the cleaners, the store, the grocery store was owned by black people. And as a teenager, I got in the street and I sit there and watch a mentor at that time just take deeds after deeds for men who own 7, 8 properties. He was getting their deeds, man. Mm. And it's almost undescribable if you sit there firsthand, courtside, and seeing all this happen, all the way down to the mothers that was pregnant, smoking crack. But I want to go back to something you said about the white guy won. Yeah, he did. You know why? Because we let him see we just like him and his kind by being racist. You can't fight racism with racism. You can't. You don't have to be pro-black. You don't have to be racist or prejudice or however you want to or dislike white people. I dislike white people a lot of times, but I live in reality. But last night, that's where he won. Because if he a racist and his friends racist or whatever, and he's suspect to be racist, he got just what he wanted. They racist too.
And he kept saying that, even though black people can't be racist, but he kept saying that. He kept saying it. Yeah. I'm not saying what Doris and Mama Mama Doris and Jessica said wasn't true. They brought facts. They brought numbers. But it's just, I gave y'all example.
Was on point.
Yeah. They brought
Jessica
numbers.
was on point.
Yeah.
He just overtalked her. Which is very disrespectful. Not just him being a white man, him being a man, period. And that's what let me know he came on there to disrupt the show, and he got what he wanted. He disrupted the show. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, 13 to 98. Go ahead.
I really only had a couple questions for the people that were speaking. But before that, I heard a guy say that white people commit the most crimes, but we, as black people, we commit more crimes as far as robbery and I guess murdering. I would assume that they would commit the most crimes because I think black people only make up 13% of America, and I think white people make up maybe, I could be wrong, maybe like 50, almost 50%. I could be wrong.
68. 68.
Right. So of course they would outnumber us in a bunch of different categories. But the fact that we doing more violent crimes, I think is kind of, telling. So to bring up any other crimes is kind of like, what's the point when we doing more violent crimes? So we more violent.
No, well.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead, Bill.
Can I respond to that?
Hold on, because it's another one. It's the second one, and then you can go ahead. I heard the other woman say something about the black wife. To me, she would probably get on the phone and
brother, I asked you not to even mention nothing about the black wife. That's irrelevant because we don't know if he had a black wife.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna let it go.
Okay. Go ahead, answer that question. We got a new caller, Bill. Go ahead, answer the question.
Okay, brother. Like they've been saying on the show, there's a cause and effect. If you live in a area, I don't care where you live. If there's oppression, there's no opportunity, you're gonna turn to crime. If they take everything that they did in Inglewood, Lawndale, and put it in Winnetka, the same thing will happen in the course of time. The same thing will happen. Wherever you put that situation, you oppress them, don't give them a chance to invest in their stocks and run their business, and put something that they
can get addicted to.
They have a choice. Yeah, get addicted to something that you have a choice to use it or not. But if it's right in your face all the time, it's going 9 times out of 10 you're gonna turn to it. That's just the way it is.
Martin,
that's why the trailer parks look the way the trailer parks are the way they are.
Oh, okay. Listen, got to be quick because I got my brother from another mother online holding. Go ahead, sister, real quick.
Okay, Martin, I just want to respond last night about Mama D. Now, she 88 years old. I believe some of those wounds and the things she been through and the things that she has seen, those wounds are real deep. You see what I'm saying? How can you heal a wound that's so deep like that? And she's still living and she's still going through stuff. She's still like living. How many generations has she lived through at 88? So how can you heal that type of wound? And when you get somebody on the phone, it's going to be easy for them to take her out her character because she been through a lot.
So what are you saying?
So I'm saying, how can you heal a wound like that? How can you stay patient and listen and accept the things that people say without getting emotion?
Well, let me just say this too. I'll say this. I'll do all respect. just as much as a person is willing to talk and hold a platform, they should be willing to listen. Period. I'm just me personally. You know, everybody know I give Mama D plenty of room to come on here and to cut, but people out come on talk and all that. But she listens. She listens. She listens. Now, if you're not talking what you want to talk, it's kind of a hard her. She'll go in. That's what. Actually, she's better because she used to be on here cussing out everybody. She even cussed out a lot of people on here. So she is much better than what she is now. I'm what y'all seeing my Mama Doris now, man, is 300% better. I'm telling you. And I'm not trying to talk about her nothing. She's a good person, loving person, but she's very passionate of what she believes in. Like you said, her wounds go deep. But at the same time, when we having these types of conversations, you have to be able to listen. You have to be able to respond. You got to listen, not to respond. Sometimes you got to listen to understand too as well. All right, let me go to my brother from another mother. Come on, brother Lee, Dr. Lee, 720. Somebody laughing. I don't know who was laughing. It's not fun laughing.
That's me. I'm sorry. You got me chimed in. I apologize. That's me laughing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, brother Lee. All right, brother.
What's up, family? How you doing?
All right. Hey, y'all, I've been knowing this man for a long time, man. I'm telling you, we was in the streets together. We was in church together. So we got a lot of experience. Go ahead, brother Lee. Whatever you want to say. Come on. Come on, brother.
I just want to greet everybody with blessing and love. But I was looking at the title, man. Once again, I want to applaud you. Family, real talk, applaud you. And I respect everything that was being said. But listen, one thing I've noticed with the emotions, I haven't anybody addressed, and I'm just coming in listening about the last 30, 40 minutes. Mental illness. I haven't heard that part of the conversation. Is that possible that we address that part of the conversation on the platform?
We didn't do it, but it's possible. We didn't do it, but it's possible because it can stem from mental illness, you know.
That's the emotion. When you talk about emotions, that's usually means someone's not using critical thinking skills. I do rehabilitation therapy with juvenile offenders, where I'm at living right now in Colorado. And you wouldn't think in this place you would have that type of problem affecting us, the complexion that we have, our people, the way it does. But you know, post-traumatic slave syndrome is real. Self-medication is real. When you hear talk about alcoholism, I heard the brother say, speaking of the crack epidemic, that's facts. When we talk about these young generations, from what I heard, from 2000 to 2025, almost 2026, that's the genre we mess with right now. That going to their parents, and now we're grandparents. Some of us are great grandparents. Because we had a generational curse of having children at 14. You had a baby at 14, and now you 56, you're a great grandmama, great grandfather. That stems from mental illness. How do we address it? Going back to the post-traumatic slave syndrome, which equates to emotional irresponsibility. Acting out for what you're hearing or what you heard, and you're not intaking and processing it properly. I didn't mean to talk too long.
No.
Man.
Okay, thank you. Love you, brother.
I ain't going. I say
Go ahead. You can say okay. So listen, what I'm saying, I understand exactly what the brother's saying. It took me a long time to get in the space that I'm in. And my brother Brother Lee, he'll tell you, man, when I had that Bible in my hand, I wouldn't let you get a word in. I'd be, and one day God had to humble me. Martin, how you going to try to save somebody's soul? You can't even listen to them. You won't let them talk. You won't let them express yourself. From that point, people, I humble myself and I start listening. Now, even though I may not agree with what they're saying and don't like it, but I listen. Imagine people, Martin Johnson, deal with all these types of people to call in. Don't know from a can of paint, all different types of opinions and spirits and all that. I absorb it. A lot of things are being said over this platform that I don't agree with, but I let us have a freedom of expression on here. And that's all I want to do. This is like a therapy to some of us. We come over here and we just talk and talk and talk. Sometimes we just saying the same thing over and over, and I just sit there, listen, patient, quiet. People ask me, they said, Martin, how do you do it? I said, well, you know, I care for my people. It's the love that I have for my people. And that's why I can do it, because I'm patient. You know, the Bible said love suffers long. It's long suffering.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't give up on somebody because they're not like you or they don't think like you or agree with you. And if I said it publicly, and if I'm wrong, y'all tell me. You don't have to agree with me to come on my platform to talk. Now, this is not the traditional radio station or podcast where when you don't agree with the host, he hang up on you. That's not what that is. That's not what that is. I don't do that. So a lot of things that I hear, I don't agree with, but I listen out. I give a prayer. We all have an opinion. You know, the Bible said there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end there is the way of death. Now, we all got ways that we think is right, but it may not be what's right. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. And I always tell people, because you don't see somebody doing a certain thing, that don't mean they ain't doing it. You know, a lot of people used to come at me all the time. Oh, Martin, why y'all march only when a white police kill a black boy, and y'all don't march when y'all kill each other? We do. The news just don't show you that. The news don't show you, but we do. We do. That's not what the news is not trying to sell that. They're trying to sell blood. Blood. She killed him because he didn't come home last night. He stabbed her because there was another man in the room. They want stories like that. So listen, some people, and I got a preacher on here that tell you only time they feel good when they look down on other people's faults. It makes them feel a certain way. See, it may be him today, it may be you tomorrow. See, I had a Church of God in Christ preacher. You might know him, Brother Moulton. He said, "Man, God can talk to you two ways, laying down or standing up. You choose which one you like." And I believe that. Sometimes when you live enough time, life will humble you. Experience will humble you. And say, man, a lot of us, male and female, we was out here wild, sleeping with different women, selling drugs, lying on folks, staying out chaos, gang banging, selling drugs, doing all types of stuff. But now that we got older, wise, and mature, it ain't that we can't do those things anymore. We don't want to do those things no more. That passion is gone. Listen, those of you that don't curse or swear, it ain't that you can't do it. You just don't desire to do it, and you choose not to do it. You choosing your words wisely. You know, some of us, we were so hot-tempered. If you look at us the wrong way, we ready to shoot and kill. Now, if you would have called some of us 10 years ago when we was in the street, 20 or 30 years ago, we all couldn't sit on this platform with us over talking one another. We'll be like cats and dogs up here talking. But it's the love that we have for one another that makes us sit down and reason with one another. And that's what we're doing. You know, I tell people, you have Democrats on this platform, you have Republicans on this platform. Hear them out. I let people know I am a registered Democrat, you know, but I want to hear from Republicans. I want to hear from independents. I like to know what they're thinking. The sister, Ebony Eyes, said it. A MAGA man sat her down and showed her and taught some things. Now, what if she had been just so gun-ho, you Republicans, I can't say nothing to you, I can't talk to you, and some of us like that. Listen, Donald Trump, like him or love him, is the president. And if I can get some resources, get a chance to talk to him, I would love to talk to him. And I'm a Democrat. I would love to do that. And I guarantee you, I won't be in there skinning and grinning. Ooh, I'm not like the other black people. I have some serious questions for him about my people, the people that I love the most. And that's real talk. The ones that look like me, you know? And listen, imagine this, people. Those of you that's not living in Chicago, but you follow Chicago. It was $700 million spent on the illegal migrants, illegal, non-citizens. They never served in the military like Sarge. They never went to school over here. Some of them can't, most of them can't read the English. They can't speak it, but they're getting all these resources. Come on, people, make it make sense. Imagine if they would have took $700 million, divided between the West Side and the South Side, where would our people be? Well, what would it look like? 700 million, split it between the two. What would the South and the West Side look like with resources like that? What would it really look like? $700 million? Now, if you want to go back a little further, it's really $1 billion with Lori Lightfoot administration. If you put it all together, imagine $1 billion spent between the West Side, where predominantly Black people live, and the South Side. That could make an impact on Chicago in a very positive way. So if that ain't social engineering, what is it? People, listen, you got people right now, I believe they are Ukrainians, they're getting Social Security right now. Nobody's saying nothing about that. Social Security right now. Not only that, they getting loans, they starting with good credit. And now, don't get me wrong, a lot of us been on general assistance, public housing and all that, but it's nowhere near comparison. We natural born citizens here in this country. And we don't get that, and we get mistreated. And I'm not playing victim, but it's real. Sarge, if $700 million was spent where we grew up at, and where you grew up at, where I grew up at, man, that would make a whole lot of difference. A whole lot of difference. That's an impact.
That could open up a lot. You said the right word, impact. Just a community center alone with the proper people to give the proper guidance to the young people, and don't just, you got to go here no, this is open for you. If you are curious, come in. And when you're talking to people, especially these young people, listening to people, you heard them on here, Martin. You don't do this, you don't do that. I'm like, you don't know what I do, actually. But one thing I know is you got to meet people where they are. And if you can't meet someone where they are, you're not going to be able to communicate with them. And with $700 million set aside for resources to try to give some guidance to these youths, so these young people out here had these issues, hey, that would be a great help. Like on the news today, I saw you had Prisker and you had Brandon on there. Crime is actually down. And I'm sitting there like, how could you say that when you had more shootings and people lost their life this Labor Day weekend than last Labor Day weekend? How could you say that with a straight face when the numbers dispute every word that comes out of your mouth? I mean, it's sick. That's a sickness. That is party loyalty sickness. That's all I could. That's ugh. I can't. I can't.
Sorry.
I can't, Martin.
Somebody said. John Fountain said crime is down in their neighborhoods. That makes sense.
Wow.
Now that makes sense. I can go with that. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, in their neighborhood.
We got a new caller, people.
That's like when we're talking about National Guard.
Uh-huh.
I was telling people were saying, oh, they're going to put them in the high crime areas. Myself personally, I don't think so. They could.
Sarge, we got a new caller.
But let's just see what happens.
Okay. New caller, 8554. Come on, caller. What's your thoughts or comments, questions?
Yeah, tuned in a little late, but I heard you mention Ukraine and was interested. I wonder if a lot of people in Illinois know that governor's family is from Ukraine. Pritzker.
Oh, okay.
To start there.
Okay. That's a good point.
And so as far as the sanctuary city, sanctuary state thing, start with him. And until people get him out of office, well, him and Johnson have to go. And if that doesn't happen, that stuff is going to continue on. Now, even though I live in a so-called red state, they still have the immigration issue here. And I'm not just talking about Hispanics. I'm talking about Chinese, Asian, what you want to call them, Indian, Pakistani. They're still coming in here. And what's interesting, the governor here, there is legislation on paper stating that immigrants can come here and work. And as far as in Memphis, a lot of people are starting to notice that even with just the Hispanic community, they're getting a lot of the construction contracts. But people are complaining, but nothing's being done about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people who really never been down south, well, especially down here, because where I live at in Memphis, I can get to Mississippi and Arkansas within 10 to 15 minutes. And what surprised me, because I've only been down here 2 years removed from Chicago, that it's actually more immigrants down here than it is white people. And as far as the Memphis area, if you look at the raw numbers, I guess on paper, you're talking about maybe a little bit over 60% of blacks here and maybe about 27% white. But what's not actually being told is the immigrant population, where I just mentioned a few minutes ago. It's a lot of them out here, not just in Tennessee, but you're talking about in Mississippi, especially the South Haven area, in Arkansas also. And when I realized this was starting to happen, I had went to a Best Buy one day out in Mississippi. Like I said, it's about 15 to 18 minutes from here. Walked in the store, and I had ordered something online and went to go pick it up. The store was nothing but Mexicans. And a lot of employees was having a hard time with them because they were coming in, had the store the line all messed up. And some of the employees was trying to explain to them, look, when you come in and when you order stuff online from the website, you have to have a picture ID. None of them had ID. And so a lot of people just weren't aware of that. Now, as far as giving out resources, now I'm a disabled Iraqi veteran. And like I said, everybody on this planet has a right to live, and get help if needed. But you got to take care of home first. You got to take care of the people that's already here. You're talking about especially dealing with homeless veterans. You got a lot of people that, like I said, on disability, maybe got some financial constraints. Some of them need food stamps and stuff. But when you purposely giving out resources to people who are not here, this is just not in Illinois. You've seen it in California. You've seen it in New York. That's not right. And down here where I live at, it's just how it's just set up. It's not about maybe your disability. It's about your income. If you're over a certain income, you're not getting any food stamps or anything. That's just how it is, whether you're disabled or not, So that's my
okay. Thank you,
that's
sir.
my feel.
First time caller?
No problem.
First time caller? Sir.
Oh, no. This is like my third or fourth time.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me see how long I've been on here because I want to hear from old. Who's calling me?
It's Doc Lee, man. It's Cuz.
Okay, go ahead, Cuz. Come on, Doc.
Can I just say?
Yes, go ahead.
I think in this topic, man, looking at this a country that got a Statue of Liberty donated to France to this country. Only folks that don't have the rights of privilege, American Africans and Native Americans. Everybody else is allowed to come here. It ain't new what's happening with the Middle Salvadorians. It's a folk called the WAPs, the Italians, without papers. They came and drove the same way. In comparison to finance, historically, it was the same thing with them, the Irish, the Polish, so forth, so on. This is what I want to understand. Are we going to look at the $700 million that they gave them that they'll never give us, which is factually, that ain't just there, that's everywhere. Any state you go to, any city where there are immigrants, the United States get paid a tax or fee from countries that are in war or in strife that send citizens here. We weren't sent here, we was brought here. Native Americans took and confiscated, gave them the first biological warfare, smallpox. So when we look at where it's at, what are we going to do for ourselves to make the end difference? How do we get to that point? Because you know they're not going to give us $700 billion. We spend trillions of dollars. We can Google how much number you Gemini every year. When are we going to self-incorporate this money that's in these neighborhoods to take care of it? Because you keep asking them and they're not going to do it. We've been asking them long before the 60s, long before the 30s. We ended 1869, 1867 after slavery, 2 years after that release, right? When does it change? We keep asking that same question.
Solutions.
The dynamic is how do we self-improve? How do we get to a point in place where we can do for ourselves collectively? They ain't gonna never give you $800 million or $1 billion to improve God's children.
Mm-hmm.
The complexion of your skin makes you God's children. You don't want to resonate with the sun. You don't want that can produce any color. You don't want intellectual ability scientifically because of the complexion of your skin. In the world. Oh, honestly. So why are we still asking why they not? They ain't. That's all I'm saying. That's where in the world is at. Whoever said that respectfully.
That's deep, bro.
You look at what you asking for. I have not seen them in no part of this country, and I lived all over this country. Went across this water 9 times. I ain't never seen them since I've been living give us anything to improve us. They not gonna do it. Statue of Liberty over there, shining big right in New York. And folks come over here all the time. It's a sanctuary country. We need a sanctuary state. How can we self-improve ourselves to get to that point? Just a question.
That's good. Hey, that's a good question, brother. I'm speechless because I mean, some people don't see nothing wrong with the immigrants over here getting that money. Some people just they don't value black lives. They think black people had their chance already. They don't deserve nothing. These are black people that think the way I'm telling you. I know they think that way.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do business with black people. They're not going to sit in your barber chair. They're not going to go to your popcorn shop. They're not going to go to your beauty plow, your nail shop. They're not going to, once they find out you black, they don't want nothing to do with you when it comes to business. I'm telling you. I'm talking about black people. Black people feel like this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, you're right. And that's everywhere. That's everywhere, but like yourself and me, right?
Right.
We know what a brotherhood is. We got those sisters that involve themselves with us. We talk about 1,001 mile separation to keep us connected.
Mm-hmm.
And we always have a connection to do something. I'm just, speaking of you and I.
Mm-hmm. I
would love to include many others in that. Because it ain't nothing to get it started, ain't nothing to do it. We've been doing it for a long time now. They go back to when the egg and that Kool-Aid can go ask your neighbor. Right? Now we asking these people who don't even like us. The Indian don't like them, talking about the Indian from India. You can go through the list of them who don't like you because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
We're around here thinking that the Caucasian and others that's in control, they face on the money, will actually give us something to improve, to take their power from them. That's how they look at it. They don't look at it as helping.
Mm-hmm.
They look at it as we're going to take their power from them. So can we, I'm just asking, is that possible to pose that to the podium and say, hey, what can we do to self-improve? We already showing love in our community. We're doing everything in activism. We're doing everything to feed these babies, everything to closing the doors that don't have, everything to stop them from being violent, every situation, look at them and say, look, you can be better than what you are just intellectually. We can help you get there if you want to get there, because all of them don't want to get there.
Mm-hmm. Brother.
So the hamster wheel of that conversation been going on for a long time.
Yeah, it's time for solutions, brother. All this
Yes,
talking.
exactly.
All this talking.
Thank you.
And I want to say another thing. How could people call us
double take
lazy? Well, okay, you want to talk? Come on with it. Let's put it on the table. Come on now, we'll put it on the table. Now, if you want to say something, come on, old timer. Well, I'll say this while you're thinking.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah. Well. I mean, was the brother saying that they need to get Pritzker out of office?
Well,
I didn't get it.
Once now he didn't say that, but another brother said that. Another brother. Let me just say,
this is the last one, not the last one. I'm talking about the one before that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he said.
Come on, man.
Well, what's wrong with that? If he's saying that, what was wrong with that?
Well, Pritzker is a friend to the black community. I mean, he's a friend.
No, he's not.
He's a friend to the.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this, brother. What happened to the weed dispersers that he promised black people? They never got one. That's not a friend. That's not a friend to the black community, brother. Come on now. Yeah, our people went to jail for selling weed. Right. You know, our people went to jail. They threw us under the jail, over, and everywhere, over some weed, cocaine, and all that. And I'm not saying that it was wrong for them to put us in jail, but we suffered the most for drugs. Then turn around when it's time for us to get a weed dispensary, we can't get one. So you tell me, with all this education, all this good credit and finance, no black person qualified in the state of Illinois to get a weed dispensary? Come on now. The stage is set.
See there.
Well, brother, I mean,
come on now, bro.
You're right. But you know what our stance is. I mean, we religious people, and we gonna say, man, you know, your mama, you know, Miss Mamie don't want you to have no weed dispensary. You know, Uncle Eddie brother, don't want you to have
all
that.
Of us ain't
came back here, man.
All of us ain't religious, brother. Listen, you know that, brother. All of us not religious. You know, religious, brother.
Well,
I understand.
You got to look at it.
Yeah, I understand.
You got to look at it, man.
So what about the abortion? You're a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. Most Democrats believe in aborting babies. And that's wrong. And like you said the other night, do you take abortion pills? Birth control pills. That's another form of abortion. You know, I'm not saying a woman. I'm not saying that a woman shouldn't have no say over her body. I'm not saying that. But that is wrong, brother. We don't talk about that. We got women, not just black women, running into these Planned Parenthood like this, just straight up birth control, like they popping a pill, getting these abortions. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
If I may,
go ahead.
Remember we were talking about that, and I said, look at the locations of the Planned Parenthood buildings,
all in our community,
Chicago. Thank you, Martin.
By design.
Now, Sarge, now, brother, you sound like a Republican.
He is a Republican.
So I expect them to say that.
But it's the truth.
Okay, old timer. This is what I would like for you to do. No, hold on, brother. This is what I would like for you to do, or anybody on the panel, if they have internet access. Google Chicago Planned Parenthood buildings, right, and give the addresses up. I bet you don't find one in Humboldt Park. I bet there's not one in Little Village either.
Okay.
They got one out in Orland, but Orland is not Chicago, is it?
No, I'm talking
You
about
got
Chicago
one.
now.
You definitely got one in Inglewood. You definitely got one in Roseland. You definitely got one, if I'm not mistaken, in Austin. Who lives in Inglewood, Roseland, and Austin?
Okay. But Planned Parenthood, they don't just deal with abortion. They deal with the everyday needs of people that some people can't get from their own household. From their own household that they can't get. So they give.
You making CNN talking points right now that they deal with outpatient care and this and that and all that.
Yeah, they do.
Stuff.
And black people, there's always a black. Well, brother, I mean, come on, man. Why can't we admit it? Brother Susie, who have the longest lines when it comes to handout stuff? We have the longest line for book bags. We have the longest line for turkey giveaways. We got the longest line, man, for anything. So we out there, 10 deep all the time, and no matter what, when they have a coat drive, we out there. We act like you can't get the coat 2 times larger for your child to have a coat the next year. You got to go get a new coat every year. Now that's impossible for your child to grow that fast. If you get that coat, say, man, we got to stop showing people that we in need all the time. Every time we look around, people always, even the black people, the black McDonald's affair, they got to come to our rescue because I ain't got $20 to go get a turkey for my family. You see, we some needy people. So we need Planned Parenthood in our community because we always got our hand out.
No.
See,
whole time I'm surprised that you said that. Oh Lord, I can't believe it.
No, that's.
Hey, can I respond one to quick second to that?
Go ahead.
No, when I say we need Planned Parenthood, I ain't talking about abortion. Because I don't believe in abortion.
Okay.
Now, I don't believe in abortion.
The thing is this: you say that they provide all these other cares for Black women, right? At Planned Parenthood.
Hey.
Okay.
They do.
Hold on. Now, since you say that the blacks are so needy and this and that, and then that goes into blacks being on welfare, right? Which means you have Medicare and Medicaid, right? Which means you don't have to go to the free clinic because you got health insurance through the state, welfare that'll pay for it. So why you gonna go to where they offer something free and it's gonna be substandard when you can go to the regular hospital? Answer me that.
Why would you go somewhere that some free is gonna be substandard? Well, man, people gonna take what they gonna get, man. I mean, look, it's here, take this right here. You're gonna be all right. And we get information. We don't have time to go sit in meetings all day.
No,
we gonna take what.
Bro, don't say we. Don't say we.
Okay,
this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. Now, this is what you're doing. You are projecting your own personal thoughts of black behavior on all black people when you cannot do that. I can't do that. None of us are that great.
Well, in one sense, we know our people better than anybody else. I mean, we know that our people
we know the image that a lot of us have of our people via social engineering and the brainwashing.
Look. Okay, look. Now, man, all of us are not educated. I mean, I don't consider myself to be the best educated, but I know A from B. But I do know they got some people that wouldn't be bothered with me. You got high class, what it's called, high class black people that deal only with that social class, that deal only with that social status. And the other regular black people don't know that until it's time for them to go to the ball, to go to the social affair. Then they say, well, man, you can't go there, man, because that's just for the elite. See, so what it is, we wind up having another low area type thing. We don't call it a low area type thing, but that's what it is. compared to the black and gold balls, compared to the alphas and the omegas and different things. They don't deal with regular black people, except for when it's time to give them a book bag. But other than that, man, they got their own meetings and different things, and all that means something because those people live in certain neighborhoods and they live in certain social status, and they don't want black people going around saying you got black people and then you got ends.
Are you serious?
Brother, man, I live there. My sister brother was. Go ahead.
I know so many. They say they Greeks because they're doggone A Phi A, Omega Phi Psi, Alpha Kappa Alpha for the girls, the Delta, Sigma Thetas, all this. I know a bunch of them, and they are broke as hell. Okay, they got college educations and they have Greek letters behind their name, but when it comes to a standard of living, they're living like slightly better than someone would be living if the Robert Taylor homes was still standing. So don't sell me on that one.
But they can fake it till they make it now, man. I mean that's the truth, man.
There you go.
All I'm saying is that when you come down to it, you're gonna find out where you stand at, and a lot of us is going to is in for the future shot. So when it comes down to how we gonna live our lives, man, we not gonna get the pick of the litter. We're not gonna get the meat. We're gonna get whatever is left over, and that's the way that people are gonna always probably treat black people until black people decide secretly. Because you see, as soon as we go to building and doing stuff, we go to talking and let people own what we're doing. Maybe ain't nothing wrong with that, but some kind of way we got to surge forward. We got to surge forward, man, to where it can't be stopped. We can't have. We don't need nobody to come in and help our neighborhoods. We have to do it. We have to do have all of our stuff and things in order, and not just from football players, and not just from basketball players, from everyday people.
Okay, that's what the we can't have mentality. That is,
brother, our neighbor, we got to live.
If I may, that's the same mentality. You have two disabled Iraqi war veterans on this show right now. You have people that believe if you are black and you go into the military and you end up busted up or whatever, you get out, you are not going to get the same benefits or anything as a white service member that served in the same war. They still believe that today, and that's totally untrue. And you have two different disabled Iraqi veterans on this show right now that prove the difference. And we, as of us too, we know a plethora of other black disabled veterans just like us that prove that thinking mentality of less than and black completely wrong.
Okay, Sarge.
Now you can ask the other brother. You can ask the other brother. Ask him. Don't take my word for it. See what he tell you.
Sarge, we're gonna go make the last comment, old timer, because
I mean, the thing is that we have to be successful. We trying to be successful, and just not. I remember Mr. T. I met Mr. T down at Dingbatch years ago, just many years ago, and Mr. T said, "How can I be free when all my brothers and sisters not free?" Now, if we still have to have that mentality, and if we don't, then a lot of times, we forget about one another. So what I'm saying is that it ain't gonna never stop until total victory some kind of way is won. The white people outnumber us in so many different ways. Now, you're not gonna like some of these things I'm saying. Now, we big when it comes to track and field. you can get a lot of blacks. You been big when it comes to basketball. You can get a lot of blacks, even though they trying to, even though the white people is making a fit about we filling 90% of the seats, and we want to see our type of people out there. They're trying it, but it's taking a long time. Football, you got a lot of blacks, but you still got 90% of the people that buy season tickets are white people. College basketball, our arenas are a lot smaller than the big white arenas, so they dump a whole lot of money. Now you got us playing those street sports. Now when it comes down to baseball, we got very little participation. When it comes down to skydiving, we probably ain't got no participation. When it comes down to rock climbing, we ain't got no participation. When it comes down to cliff diving, we ain't nowhere to be found. You just had a triathlon in Chicago last week. I didn't see no black people out there. I saw one or two, but those I even saw some 8 to 15-year-olds. I didn't see not one young black out there. So these people running circles around us, and they know what they got. We don't know what we got, and we don't know what we want. We want that social status, but when it comes down, we're going to have to put our money where our mouth is at. I mean, I'm not a rock climber. I'm not trying to reach Mount Everest. But the white people, they got stores, they got bicycles, they got, oh man, they run, we got 3 sports, they got 150.
Okay.
Don't let people tell you, Brother Sarge, come on, stop now.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people tell us, stop saying that when black people jump and stuff, that we excel in it. We got Tiger Woods, and we ain't had that one, we ain't got that, yeah, but I'm just trying to make a point. We got Tiger Woods, and that's what years ago, and we ain't got another black to run and master him yet. Yet you got 150 white people that have been the #1 golfer in the world. The only black person we had was Tiger Woods. Now we out there playing a little bit at Jackson Park. I play golf, but we ain't got the skills that they do. When we go out and play golf, they already 8 years ahead of us already when we first pick up the club. So white people is not gonna give up nothing. They're not gonna give up no ground, and they ain't gonna allow us to come in and stop abortion. They ain't gonna allow us to come in and stop Planned Parenthood. They say, look, y'all go over in the black neighborhood and talk that stuff, but we gonna have plans. They're gonna keep up with their rights and everything else that they want to have, and then we just gonna have to figure out where we gonna fit in that, because they way ahead of us, man. They way ahead of us by probably about 100 years. In order for us to catch up, we'll never be able to catch up. They're way up there.
Okay,
Martin,
brother.
Martin,
make it quick because it's the last question. I got to get out of here. Okay.
Last question, and this is it. Who is on welfare in larger numbers, black folks or white folks?
White people.
Okay, so what's with this with the black people and the catch up and all of this? You know what? Hold on, please. One thing that Black America needs to lose is the defeatist attitude and the figuring if we're not included in their thing, we're excluded from the doggone pot of gold. You have a lot of people that enter rap music. I'm not one of them, but I don't feel because I haven't won a Grammy Award as a rap DJ that I'm not a great DJ. Okay? That's that defeatist attitude. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else has a reason to believe in you either. And I'm not going to sit here and tell other black people that they are less than whatever because, yeah, I could do that militarily. Well, if you don't go to the military with all the benefits that we get, that you don't get from your little funky college degree, you know how folk get nasty. They call it your little funky college degree. See, a DD 214 gives you free college, plus they pay you to go to college to get that degree, and you got a security clearance. And then if you injured, you get this much money in health insurance for the rest of your life. So if you don't even have a job, at least you got some medical and monetary security coming in. I could be doing that. I don't do that. Why?
Hey, Mark,
That's a
can I say
pickup.
something before you go to?
Go ahead, brother, because
That's the other veteran.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna say this. With the abortion thing and what the Pritzker family is doing, I'm talking about the family globally. Y'all know they're putting money into changing children's genders, right? That's eugenics. That's a global thing. We need to start doing our research about these people put in office. The family's not just involved in hotels neither. So when you're talking about abortion, eugenics, switching children's genders and stuff like that, that's not a good thing. So I just have to put that on the table.
Okay, brother. I mean, you need to go and look at the human rights agenda from out of Belgium also. The human rights agenda out of Belgium is let you know what that whole agenda that you know about mankind, and the United States is not going to fall behind in the human rights agenda. So whatever the human rights agenda,
sir, it's not just about the United States and Belgium. You're dealing with
that's a national.
NATO. This is a global thing, is what I'm saying. This is global.
And that's what the human rights agenda is.
That's what Sarge is talking about.
That's what the human rights agenda is. It's a global signage that each country then signed off, and the United States is not going to let no country get in front of them. So they're going to push whatever they're supposed to push. In Australia, all these people got LGBTQ or whatever. And the United States got it too. Yeah. And they done signed off that they in agreement. So every day you got people coming across the border that's working. Every day. Thousands of people. And they go home in the evening, but they come right back in the morning. You see, now the white man, he done picked us to the curb, so he got all the Mexicans working down there on State Street, working down at the big bars, working down there busting the table with the black and white clothes on. He just got one or two of us, and they believe in them. They believe in them. They believe in them all the way. So this is a big old issue that is not. They're not going to give everything away because they're not going to put no trust in us. They're not going to put no faith. Now, how we going to get our jobs? Well, we're going to have to go to McDonald's. We got to go to Taco Bell. We got to go to the hotels. We got to go take those jobs back with them people that got from us. Mm-hmm. Because right now, I go to Memphis every year. You got women. I just come from New Orleans. You got Spanish people there, working in the hotels. I was born and raised in New Orleans.
Okay, land that plane, Doc. I gotta go. I appreciate.
Yeah, but we can't gloss over the fact that the United States got an open border. The law states that you have to have immigrants coming into your country. The law states it.
Not an influx though. But not an influx of it, because it brings down the economy for black people. It makes our unemployment go up, because we know we're going to be the hardest hit, though, brother. That's all I'm saying. I'm for a certain amount of immigrants coming into this country, but not no influx where it's going to affect the black community. We already battling, man. How could somebody? But listen, Doc, let me leave this with you, and maybe we'll talk about another thing. How could a person can come into this country, a strange land, can't speak the English, can't read it, can't write it, but come over here, outfox and outwork us? Come on now. Something ain't right about that. I'm telling you.
You got to look at what the law states.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave y'all at that.
You already know what it is.
Okay, y'all already know what it is. That's it.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
And what?
Shame the devil. I love being black.
All right, y'all. I appreciate all y'all on the panel tonight.
Love you, brother.
Y'all say a special prayer for me, because I got to get up and go to work. And it ain't no problem. All I need is 4 hours. I'm good. That's all. My body's trained. 4 hours, I'm good. I don't need 8. Just give me 4. Man, I can do it. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you do me a favor. Those of you that's watching, please share, like and subscribe to my YouTube page, like my Facebook page. It's all. We're not asking for donations. We're not begging. We're asking you just to hit the like button, hit the share button, tag someone. That's all. Simple as that. Y'all support a lot of YouTube channels with money. I'm not even asking you for no money. I just need you to hit like and share the button. Grow with me, people. I'm asking you, grow with me. Trust me, I don't forget.